We just got to talk to Wenyen. He said, conditioning is really the big thing for him right now. Do you anticipate him being available tomorrow? How close is he?
I mean, he's close to being available to us, Christian, but he's a long way off from where he'd get a chance to play. I mean, he's basically missed everything, so the catch-up time would be pretty extensive.
What's up, Coach? This is Will from The Athletic. Just after reviewing the tape and getting to talk to your team, what were some of the main focuses on what y'all had to do to improve the defensive performance from last night?
Yeah, I just think we had some slippage, Will. I mean, we had some slippage in the way we wanted to play situations, the slippage in our positioning defensively. I didn't think our help was very good. To give up 46 points in the paint and 27 free throw attempts and what we gave up in transition wasn't a great night for us on the defensive end of the floor, but we really stepped up in the last 3 minutes of the game defensively. So that was a positive.
Hey, Coach, it's Andrew from ESPN. Just going back and looking at it, 28 free throws in the fourth quarter alone, which is, I think, more than Toronto had in the game. Have you ever been a part of a game where your team has shot that many free throws in a quarter?
I doubt I have. Yeah. I mean, but we were on the attack and they were behind and trying to play very aggressively and reaching and stripping and, on every drive and everything. So, and their defense was spread out and they did a good job getting back in the game, but there's going to be a lot of fouls in those situations.
When you see a team who's being that aggressive and trying to get back, do you just tell your guys just to keep attacking to put the pressure on them?
Well, we want to keep attacking anyway. I mean, that's how we want to play. We want to attack as much as we can. And we got a lot of guys capable of attacking the basket. And it's a big part of who we are, whether we're attacking in transition, which I'd like to see a little bit more of, attacking on pick and rolls, attacking on drives. Eventually would like to, be attacking more on cuts and then, attacking the offensive glass. I mean, attacking the basket is huge for us.
Hey, Coach, this is Ollie with the Bird Rights. A few days ago, you had talked about how the rotations were kind of a work in progress. Do you feel like you've discovered something over these last two games? And has it been kind of a conscious effort to maybe keep Brandon Ingram and Lonzo together and then Zion and Bled also?
For now, yeah, that's sort of how the rotations have worked. I'm not sure that that's necessarily the best long term. It's also a matter of managing minutes, right? So our thought for now is anyway that, that we're going to play Zion in a little bit shorter stretches, so 3 stretches a half basically, and play Brandon 2 stretches a half. And then Bled, we end up doing the same thing with because he's got to come out early to come back in to back up Lonzo. So it just sort of has worked that way. That doesn't mean that that'll be the way it goes all year, because as we go along, we may end up wanting to, play Zion in longer stretches. We may develop more of a true second unit where we don't have to have, or I don't feel like we have to have Brandon or Zion, at least one of them on the floor all the time. So a lot of things could happen. It's so early, and I don't feel like I'm anywhere near resolved on the rotation, Ollie. I really don't.
Hey, Christian Clark again. A couple of Eric's assists in the second half. It seemed like him just really keeping the dribble alive. Like it might not have been there, and he kept it alive and kept hunting. Is that helpful when, he's that, I guess, attack minded and kind of keeps going for it and probing?
Yeah, I think the last 2 games we've seen him be on the attack and shoot his open shots and just play good, comfortable Eric Bledsoe offense. I mean, the guy's a 10-year pro. He knows how to play the game. And, it's never easy when you go to a new team, new system, new coach. And, you got all these guys around and some good young talent, and you're trying to fit in and not step on people's toes and sort of find your place. And the last couple of games, he's looked a lot more comfortable.
Coach, I noticed one thing this team, Aaron Hardigan with Fox Sports New Orleans, hello. I noticed one thing this team is much better at this year is making adjustments mid-game, be it at the half, third quarter to fourth quarter. I'm going to go ahead and credit that to the coaching and your regime, but we know it takes, listen, don't be modest. We know it takes both sides, though. So I'm curious to know from your standpoint how receptive this squad has been with your adjustments. And is there a player that's kind of helping you lead this year in that locker room?
Well, first of all, I think we're overstating my adjustments, Aaron. Quite honestly, last night it was basically my adjustment at halftime was let's do what we're supposed to do, which is not an adjustment. It's like we're going to play the way we play. But we do have a lot of leadership. I think JJ has been, obviously a big help in that regard. Steven Adams and Bled, the veteran guys who've been around, I think, talking to our guys. So there's been a lot of that kind of leadership. And then it's just a very receptive, high character group, not just to me and the coaching staff, but to each other. I mean, it's a group that's able to talk to each other and, not be overly sensitive and, correct each other and everything else. I mean, it's a fairly easy group to coach.
What's up, Coach? This is Will again. You brought up JJ. Just what do you think you have to do to kind of get him going offensively? He's had a couple games here where his shot just hasn't gone down. Is it something where, he's not getting the shots he usually gets, or do you think it's just a matter of, just him having to make the shots the way we're used to seeing him making?
Well, I just don't think we've helped him at all. I mean, it's, put that one on me. We just haven't we haven't put stuff in specifically for him at this point. It goes back to what we talked about the other day. We've spent so much of our time on defense and then getting into a really simple structure. And then obviously what we have built, we're trying to build for, Zion and Brandon. So we just haven't gotten enough stuff in for him to help him and to play to his strengths. So he's just sort of out there on his own right now. JJ's a great player, great shooter, knows how to play, and he's great in movement. And we just have to install more of that stuff and get that stuff in and put him in the situations that he's best at. And I haven't done that to this point. And so he's not playing as well as he can, and it's not his fault. It's mine.